Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali here, back again for another video for Fire Force episode 11, I believe. Episode 11 review. And this episode, the first half is like obviously just something that I thought was actually going to be the whole episode because of what the name was, Company 8, like pretty much the origin or the start of Company 8 with the lieutenant and the Captain Obi and everything. And we got to see a little backstory of the lieutenant, which was really cool and very different than what he is now and stuff. Like, and the person or his friend that he was with in the army, I believe it was the Tokyo army or something like that, but he was a regular soldier. And something that was really cute was that we got to see a younger Maki, which was really cool, and she didn't look as beefed up as she was or as she is now, which is really cool. We don't get to see her progression, but we know that she really worked her ass off, just like the lieutenant said, like at the later half of like the first half, like right before the halfway point, to like move on to like the other parts of the episode, which was like freaking awesome. Company 7 captain, he's a beast. He's straight OP. But the first half was like, it was very cool to see an insight to the lieutenant back in the day when he was a lot younger. And not only that, but seeing the captain also, and being like the captain used to be a firefighter, and then he saw like some messed up stuff that a Fire Force company was doing, like saying like this Infernal is more points, so we're gonna go after him, and then we're gonna go after the other one or something. And Obi's like, no, we're not gonna have that. Like, even I would be mad too. But something that was like really sad, that like I didn't expect the lieutenant to have this much of a intense backstory, but also like it makes sense for because of his character nowadays, in that like he didn't believe in, like, you know, soul or anything. He doesn't believe in that and stuff. You know, like this show really deals with a lot of like people who are very religious, but also people who are like non-believers and such. And it's very interesting, like dynamic and whatnot. And we got to see the lieutenant being like this with a very close friend of his. And his close friend was talking about like baptizing his gun, which sounds very weird, but you know, whatever. But he baptizes his gun for like infernals and stuff. And something that was also very intriguing was that but also sad, was that the lieutenant's friend caught fire at night, and the lieutenant had his gun, and he was going to shoot him, but something in his head from his friend saying that like, if I wanted to die, wouldn't I? If you died, wouldn't you want to be shot by a baptized gun, regular, like rather than a regular type of gun or whatever? So he had his gun pointing at his friend, and his friend saying, "Shoot me before I lose my like sanity," like his mind goes blank, and he just turns into straight up infernal. But the lieutenant couldn't do it because he felt like he couldn't shoot him with a gun that wasn't baptized or something. I'm like, that was like a lot of intensity that was going on in that one scene, and then everybody comes in and starts shooting up the Infernal, his friend and stuff, and just all this messed up stuff that happened. And then later on, he meets Captain Obi, which was really cool, that they decide to team up and they form the squad or the company and whatnot. And something that like really got to me, to Obi, was that it's not that I believe or not, it's that these Infernals, they deserve this to like find peace and to pray for them and stuff, regardless of if I do believe in a lot of these things or if I don't believe in these things. And I thought that was very emotional and impactful for just really the lieutenant and his story and his meaning for joining the Company 8. So he joins the Company 8 and stuff, and something that was really cute was that he was pretty much like praising Maki, saying that like, hey, I know this girl who's probably the hardest worker you'll ever meet and stuff. She's the kindest person you will ever meet and everything. And then it goes back to the present time, and Maki's blushing, which was adorable and shit. Like, her face is like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. That's why you guys chose me. And then what was funny was that she thought that they chose him or chose her because of her pretty much like being able to disperse like fire. So she thought that she was like a meat shield pretty much for them and stuff. But it turns out that they really do care for her, and the lieutenant really does care for her and chose her because of all of those qualities that she had. Which, I mean, Maki for the win. Baby girl, love you, girl. It was great. First half of this episode was awesome. Second half was crazy because the Company 8 decides to go to Company 7's jurisdiction for, like, I think they got some, I don't think it was a lead, but it was something on the evangelist and stuff. So they went to Company 7, and I really love the vibe of Company 7's jurisdiction. Very Japanese culture-esque, like, or Asian culture-esque, and I loved it. Like, it looked so awesome. Old lady giving this dude dumplings. The captain, the Benimaru. Oh my gosh, Benimaru. His abilities, bro. Like, oh my gosh, he's OP. Like, everything about him is like, just like his lieutenant said when he was coming, there was an infernal in the area. The captain comes in, the Company 8 is there, and then he's like, no, I'm taking, he's pretty much like, no, I'll take care of this, not a big deal. And he's pretty much destroying blocks of the buildings. Like, what is going on? He's able to, just like his lieutenant said, the Company 7's lieutenant, he is a third generation pyrokinetic with second generation fire manipulation abilities. How are you going to beat that? The only way you're going to beat that is if you're like extremely fast, extremely powerful, like ridiculously fast, or you have some sort of machinery or something that cancels out fire techniques or abilities or something. That's the only way you're going to beat this guy. Because he comes in hot with these, what are they called? Mataoi or something like that that Maki said. I don't know like exactly what it is, but it's like these giant like they're not flags, but they're like fabrics or like big strings of fabric on like a pole, and he's spinning it around and stuff, and he just like sets fire to the floor, and then he manipulates it and he shoots up like he's flying. Bro, like it's not just the animation, but like the music, and then like just his abilities in general are wild. Like I don't know how anybody would be able to take him out or beat him or anything. Like I can see like right now I can even see the evangelist, like that one the clad in white one that was shooting like the arrow that took out Rika or whatever, shoots it, but Benimaru either like uses his flames to cancel it out, or he just like cancels out that arrow or something, or shoots it back. Like there's so many things that this Benimaru guy can do. Like I don't know what else. Like there's so many things, and we just get to see for the second half of the episode just to see what he's made of. Like, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. His abilities are just straight fire, literally. No pun, but now pun intended. But, like, it's wild. I loved it. First of all, obviously, animation, fantastic. Obviously. And then, like, the traditional type of, like, Asian music that went on when they introduced Company 7 and their jurisdiction, like their city and stuff like that. And something that before I end the review that I really get and I really understand is that the old lady, when Shinra helped her see like her friend till the end, because her friend turned into a infernal whatever, and Benimaru took him out, that she said that does it seem like it's too rough from what Benimaru, how Benimaru does things, how Company 7 does things? like the way that they take out infernals and the way that they put people to rest. It seems too rough. And that she also said somewhere along the line that, like, even though we don't, even though he doesn't, or some people don't, or we don't of this, like, city, like, I guess worship, or like are part of that, of the church, like that worships the great soul or whatever, that they have their own ways of putting people to rest and having their own ways to pray for people and stuff, and like offerings, and their offerings are pretty much destroying an entire block of buildings and stuff, and those are their like destruction like offerings and things like that. Like, I really understand what she's saying, and that like everybody prays, like there's so many other religions that everybody prays a lot, like a lot of people pray differently, right? In that other ways, like in Japan, they pray differently from, like, say the church, or like the Orthodox Church, or things like that, or even like Muslims, that I am Muslim and stuff, and I don't pray the way that so other people do, like Christians, or Judaism, or things like that. But everybody prays in a way that in general is for peace, pretty much, like peace of your own mind and your own heart and your own soul, like peace of mind. That's what, like, majority of at like almost every religion, like collectively overall, is what they're praying for, is peace and like prosperity and stuff like that. And what this mom or this grandma was saying, like, completely makes sense with the real world, because they don't worship the way that that Shinra and like the other companies, the majority of the other companies, do with the Great Soul and that and the giant church, like the cathedral and stuff. And that this is how they do things and put things to rest, that if they are going to be infernals and be taken out anyways, they'd rather have it be from Benimaru and the way he does things, and the offerings that they do with destroying buildings with the with fire and stuff. It's the way that they do things. But overall, it's about like putting them to rest. Like, all collectively, it's not about like hate or destructive stuff. It's just the tradition and the cultural way that they put people to rest, and to help them find peace. And that's what like the majority of the world in real life does and stuff. So I thought that was like something really good to really get from this episode, was what that grandma said. And it was very impactful, and not emotional, but, you know, just very intense and impactful, that really struck a chord in me, and it seemed like it struck a chord in general to Shinra too. So that was pretty awesome. And also, like, the Company 7, like Benimaru, like those two twins, I don't know what the hell they were, but are they part of the company or something like that? Again, they were first a like neighborhood watch or whatever, and then they became a company, a Fire Force company. But like, are those girls are part of the fire their company or something, or what? Like, I don't even know. But it seems like they're twins, so it looks like maybe they compensate for each other. Like, one has an ability that the other one doesn't have, and vice versa and stuff, and they're always like a team. Maybe that's what I see when I see twins. But anyways, that's what like the episode ended on, with like Company 7's jurisdiction and stuff like that. Company 8 coming there, but then they're like, I guess we're not needed here and stuff, so then they left and everything. And yeah, it was a good episode. But what did you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said, your thoughts about what the grandma said and stuff like that. And you know, how did you like the lieutenant's backstory, or the lieutenant captain and Captain Obi and Maki's backstory of how Company 8 started? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about that, your thoughts about what I said and stuff, your thoughts about the episode. Like this video if you did, like the video if you liked the episode. episode. Like the video if you liked or agreed with anything I had to say. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos, and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most important to everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later with the next video. Peace out. Peace out. May the force be with you always. And plus ultra.